Well, hi everyone. Welcome to our weekly team call. I'm Kelly Johnson. I'm an ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. And tonight I'm going to talk to you guys about how to troubleshoot little to no weight loss with your Plexus customers. Let me say that again. So how to troubleshoot little to no weight loss with your Plexus customers. Now remember last week, on last week's call, do you remember me saying that who was my biggest customer? Me. So this applies to you and it applies to your customers. Now, what I'm going to go over tonight, I didn't completely make up myself. I actually got this from Diamond Ambassador Melissa Eichenhorst. She created a video that I watched a year ago, and it's actually a 2-year-old video. So I'm going to go over the notes that I have from that, and I'm going to be adding my own experience to it, as well as updating some of the product information from her older video. So first I want to start out by saying that with weight loss, as far as weight loss is concerned with Plexus, everyone is different. Some people don't see quick results, and that can be kind of discouraging because you see all these testimonies that say, you know, Mary Lou in Oklahoma lost 10 pounds in 7 days. And when that doesn't happen to your customer, they feel discouraged and they wonder what's wrong with them. So tonight we're going to go through a bucket list of what questions to ask and how to be their consultant and how to come up alongside them in their weight loss journey and help them reach their goals, okay? So the first thing that I want to talk to you about is normal weight fluctuations on a scale. Did you know that a stormy day or an overcast day can add weight to your body because low pressure holds water in the tissues? And so weather has a lot to do with your weight. Now let me back up for a minute and say, as far as normal weight fluctuations go, I'm just going to be transparent about my weight. So I weigh anywhere from 143 to 148. Now, I give myself those 5 pounds on a daily basis, meaning that if I go under 143, then I know I'm losing weight. If I go over 148, then I know that I'm gaining weight. But I give myself those 5 pounds as a buffer because of some of these other things I'm going to tell you about, and weather is one of them, okay? So that's super important because that's why we tell people to stay off the scales, because the scales are going to change every day, and they're changing because of a bunch of different things. So weather is one of them that will change the amount of pounds that you are on the scale. Hormones is another. Do you know that 2 to 6 pounds can be added over a 3 to 7 day period to the body by just hormones? Also, anti-inflammatory medicines like ibuprofen, steroids, those all retain fluid and add to weight gain, okay? Did you also know that 3 shakes of salt or a half a teaspoon of salt can add a pound of body fat to your body? So that's why, so 1 gram of salt can hold up to 16 ounces of water, or a pound of water. So that's why when you go out to eat and you eat something that's salty and really yummy and delicious, you feel like you have to unbutton your clothes before you leave the restaurant. And that's because the salt in the food has just held on to that body weight, okay? And you feel full. So it's important to know that your body is a mixture of water. It's mostly water. It's made of muscle, it's made of bones, it's made of fat, and it's made of tissue. So not all weight on the scale is just fat. And so that's why you have to give yourself that buffer of 4 to 5 pounds of weight gain. Does that make sense? Everybody nodding their heads? Okay. So that's why it's super important when you're working with your customers that they not be so concerned about, oh, I went up this many pounds and I was 2 pounds heavier than I was yesterday. So The truth is, if somebody weighed 113 pounds on a Monday and they were 116 pounds on a Tuesday, they would have to have eaten 3,500 more calories over the normal 1,200 calories to gain 1 pound of fat. And so it's not likely that they ate that much food in that one day. So if someone is weighing in at 113 and on Monday and 116 on Tuesday, we know for a fact that it's some of those other factors. It's weather, it's hormones, it's anti-inflammatory, maybe they've taken an ibuprofen, maybe they've eaten too much salt. It's not fat related, it could be water retention, okay? So we have people that are on our Plexus products and they're not losing weight. And so they come to you and they want to know, what do we do? Why is this not working for me? I'm going to walk you through the steps of how to troubleshoot that, okay? So first you're going to ask them how they're taking their products. Now, let me just back up for a minute and say that this troubleshooting process can happen before they're on their products or after. So what I mean by that is you can have this conversation with your customers before they even get their products. You can talk about these things that I'm going to give you. And so that you guys can devise a plan together before they even get on their products. You absolutely can do that. Or they can just start some products and then begin to work with you after that slowly on, well, what should we do? This isn't working, okay? And my analogy with that, I have a little analogy to help you understand what I mean. My husband took our car in for brakes recently. And it was because they were squeaking. When the wheels start to squeak, we know, okay, something's wrong with the brakes. We need new ones. So he took it in. We love this mechanic. He's really good. When he got the car back, the car was still squeaking. So my husband said the next day, I'm going to take the car back. Something's wrong. It's still squeaking. Well, guess what the mechanic said? The mechanic said, oh, new brakes are squeaky. And so it's because they're new, the brake pads, and that's why they're squeaking. So because we didn't know that, I'm sure we knew that, but we didn't remember that, we thought something was wrong, and we immediately panicked and thought, oh no, I just paid this guy hundreds of dollars and it didn't work. He didn't do the right job, something's wrong. So that's the kind of panic that people feel when they invest $100, $200 into something that they think is going to help them lose weight and they don't feel like it's working. So you can help them after the fact, or you can help them during or before. So what I mean by that is that the mechanic could have told us before he even started working on the car. He could have said, when I fix this, when you pick this up tomorrow, be aware that you're going to probably hear some squeaking still, and that's because new brake pads are squeaking. You could have done that. Right? That could have just saved us the panic. So just know that the troubleshooting we're about to do right now, depending on how much time you have with your customer, can be done before they order the products. It will help to save them some of the panic when it's not working. Okay, or when it seems like it's not working. That's a better way to put it. Just because, again, just like the brake pads, they were working. We just thought they weren't working because we didn't understand the mechanics of what's going on in a car. It's a similar thing with the body, and how people they enter this weight loss journey and they trust this little pink drink and they really don't understand what's happening in their body. Okay. So with that said, the first thing you want to do is ask them how they're taking the products. Okay, so you want to make sure that if they're in this for weight loss, the products they want to be on are Slim and Accelerator and Boost, or Boost, either one, not both. Okay, the Slim and the Accelerator, or the Slim and the Boost. Those are the two products that they want to start with if they're in this just for weight loss. Okay. If they have other health issues, then you may start them off someplace else. But if you get someone who's a diehard, I just want to lose weight, then that's where they need to start. And the reason for that is because the Slim by itself has an 85% success rate. When you compare it together with the Accelerator, it goes up to 94%. Okay, so if someone is, they just want to lose weight, then you want to get them on the Slim and the Accelerator or the Slim and the Boost. Okay. Let's see, I'm looking at my notes here so I don't leave anything out. So you want to talk to them about how they're taking the products and make sure that they're taking them correctly. You want to next talk to them about their water intake. What I mean by correctly, go back to number one, is they need to be consistent with it. They have to be taking it every day. They can't take it one day and then 3 days later again, and then twice the next day, and then you skip 3 days. Like, it has to be consistent, okay? And then you want to ask them about their water intake. They should be drinking at least half their body weight in water. That's really important. The products have such a high success rate because they work, we have a system for them. And so in order for the Slim to work optimally, people need to be drinking half their body weight in water. The next thing you want to ask them is about Candida overgrowth. So years ago, back when Melissa Eichenhorst first made this video on troubleshooting Plexus over people that are not losing weight, we used to do a spit test where you would spit into a cup and to see whether the person has Candida or not. Since then, though, we've determined through scientific study that everyone has Candida. And so it's just a matter of how much of it. And so since the original recording of Melissa's video, now we put people on the triplex automatically because the two gut health products actually attack the Candida overgrowth. And everyone has some form of it. Okay, whether it's very small or it's a massive overgrowth, everyone has some form of Candida overgrowth, which is why the triplex is flying off the shelf and people are having tremendous health results with the triplex. Okay, so you can start people off that way as well. If you know that they have a Candida overgrowth problem, you can start them off directly with the triplex. But if you don't know that, and again, they're in it just solely for weight loss, then start them off with the Slim and either the Accelerator and the Boost, and then work up to those other things, okay? So if with the Slim and the Accelerator or the Slim and the Boost, they're still not seeing weight loss, then you want to talk to them about adding in the ProBio 5. The ProBio 5 is what helps to rid the body of Candida overgrowth. And then once you're done talking to them about that, then you can talk to them. The next thing you ask them about is their bowel movements and cleaning out their gastrointestinal tract. And we use the BioCleanse to do that. Now, the BioCleanse is a terrific product. And again, it works really well with the ProBio 5 and together with the Slim. But they don't have to go together. A person can be just on the Slim and the Accelerator, and you just add in the ProBio 5 if that's all they need. If they are going regularly and they're moving their gastrointestinal tract normally every day, then they may not need that. So again, you're just walking somebody through the steps. A person's body, they're also different on the inside. And like a mechanic, we really have to just kind of help them through trial and error to see what's going to work for their body. The next thing that you would ask them about is if they would be willing to go on the X Factor. The X Factor is our multivitamin, and what the difference between our multivitamin and any other multivitamin that makes it so unique is that ours has an absorption, the ability to absorb nutrients, unlike any other multivitamin because of the aloe that's in ours. And the reason why that's amazing is because that will help the body to absorb all of the other products. Melissa actually has a testimony that she believes that some of her weight loss, once she got on the X Factor, helped her body absorb the other stuff that she was taking. So the X Factor multivitamin with the aloe is another, believe it or not, tool that you can use for weight loss because possibly your customer is on these other products, but their body's not absorbing it, and the aloe will help them absorb it, okay? Then after that, you want to talk to them about the block. The block is a new product that we just came out with. in the past few years, and it's actually been improved today at convention. They just announced the block. It used to be that you had to take it 30 minutes before a meal. Now you can take it right away. And what it does is it absorbs, it prevents the absorption of carbohydrates and sugar into your bloodstream. That's what the block does. And so, again, if you're having someone that's struggling with weight loss, that's another item you can recommend. And then on top of that, the last item you can recommend is the Mega X. And let me explain that one. That's a new one that just came out last year. Sleep is really important for weight loss. Do you know that the later you stay up, the more you eat? That's why it's called a midnight snack. Because your body is up and burning energy and needs fuel. And so if you will go to sleep, you will eat less. And so the body needs sleep. Sleep is a really important factor. So you can talk to your client about what their sleep is like. And again, everyone's body is going to be a little bit different. So for some people, they can just take the Slim and have amazing sleep. Okay. For other people, they can take the Slim and the ProBio and have amazing sleep. For other people like myself, I need the Slim, the ProBio, and the Mega X to have amazing sleep. So it really just depends, and you'll have to just work with your customer. Try to see if you can get your customer to be in this for the long haul. They really need to be on these products 60 to 90 days. That's why there's a 60-day money-back guarantee. It's because the products work from the inside. And so there's really no way for them to tell if it's going to work, in just a week or 2 weeks or a month even. Like, they really need the time to allow the body to absorb these beautiful supplements and begin to work in their system. So now, the next thing you want to ask them to do is to measure themselves, because our products burn fat and not muscle. And so they're going to lose inches first before they lose pounds. Remember, we were talking that there's lots of factors that determine what the scale says anyway. And if you look at a picture of a pound of fat and a pound of muscle, the pound of fat is much bigger. And so if they measure themselves, they will see that the fat is actually coming off, even though the scale may not be moving. You also want to make sure that they're eating. Now, I know that sounds strange because you're thinking, well, we don't want them to eat. Well, that's not actually true. Plexus Slim will make you feel not as hungry. And so you might skip eating, or you might think it's good not to eat. But in actuality, you don't want the body to go into starvation mode. If the body is not eating regularly, then it's going to hold on to the fat, because it's going to think, we don't know when our next meal is coming. And so we got to hold on to what we have. Okay. So it is important to eat at least 1,200 calories a day. And so make sure that your customer is eating. Believe it or not eating could be part of the reason they're not losing weight, is because, again, their bodies has gone into the starvation mode. Also, what you want to do is ask them to tell you about their non-scale victories. That's things like, are they having more energy? Are they sleeping better? Are they experiencing a decrease in their pain? Are they able to get off any of their medications, perhaps their sleeping medication or their allergy medication? Are they able to quit any of their medication altogether? Do they have less brain fog? Are their clothes fitting any looser? These are really important, these non-scale victories, because if they are experiencing better sleep and more energy, then you know that it's just going to be a matter of time that weight is going to come off. If they're telling you about their lifestyle and it sounds like they're living a pretty sedentary lifestyle, because of some circumstance like surgery or something, and they're on bed rest, then it's going to be harder for them to lose that weight, because they're not able. The energy is actually the energy is in place so that you will be able to move around more and burn some of that fat. Okay. You also want to ask your customer about any recent medications that they're on. So sometimes people, like I said earlier, are on ibuprofen, they're on steroids, they're on medications that make it difficult to lose weight. And you know what? You don't have to be the doctor. You don't have to know everything about every medication. So don't be afraid of the question. It's okay to ask. And in asking, what you're doing is you're getting them to think about it. They're thinking out loud and talking about it. And sometimes they come to their own conclusions just by talking about stuff out loud with someone to coach them, okay? You also want to ask them about any recent doctor's visits, any medical conditions they have, or even any problems that they've been asked to be on medication for. So let me explain what I mean by that. I had someone who recently told me that the doctor wants to put them on thyroid medication, but they refuse to do it because they want to go the all-natural route and they want Plexus to fix it for them, okay? So what I would say to that is, yes, we have testimony after testimony of Plexus helping people with all kinds of things, okay? But again, every person's body is different. And so we don't shun, because we sell Plexus supplements, we don't shun medical science. And so if they go to the doctor and the doctor tells them they need to put them on insulin shots, then they need to take the insulin shots, okay? They need to not resist that. They need to take that along with their Plexus supplements. And the Plexus will help to keep their body hopefully stabilized so they won't get any worse. And it may even reverse it and turn it around. We have testimonies like that. But it is really important when you're dealing with your customers that you try to find out if you're working with someone that is resisting the doctor and expecting Plexus to be their miracle. That's important, just because they will be disappointed if their body needs more than Plexus. Our products are just supplements. So if you have a cold and you take vitamin C and it turns into the flu, and then you say, well, I'm not going to go to the doctor I'm just going to up my vitamin C dosage. Well, guess what? You have every right to do that. That's your body. Everyone has the right to treat their body however they see fit. But it is important for me as your health advocate to know that. It's important for me to know whether your doctor thinks you should be on medication and you're choosing not to, because that could definitely affect what's happening with your body and why our products are taking so much longer to work. Because again, the products are not miracle products; they're just supplements. They supplement a lifestyle and the things that are already going on in your life. So keep that in mind. So I said earlier that the Plexus Slim has an 85% success rate alone. The accelerator bumps that up to 94%. And it even goes up higher once you add the ProBio, the BioCleanse, the X Factor, the Block, the Mega X. So the success rate of our program is super, super high. And the majority of time, people that are not having success with it, it's not the products. It's the people that are taking the products. They're either taking them incorrectly or they're not committed to the process. It takes time and it takes money. Again, if they're just taking one or two products and the issue is, could be solved if they added another 2 more products of our line, and they think, oh, well, I don't really want to spend any more money. I've already spent 150. I don't want to go up to 170. Well, if they're putting a cap on their goal like that, then that's their issue. That's not our issue. That's not the product not working. Okay, so we have a line of products that work. It's going to be up to your customer to decide how far they want to go with their journey. Now, some people it's not going to work for. It's not 100%, and that's hard. It's especially hard for us to accept as ambassadors because it works for us, and so we want it to work for everybody. And so that very small percentage that it doesn't work for, it's really hard to accept that, and I get that. And so what we want to do is encourage ourselves and just keep reminding ourselves of all of the testimonials that we've read and we've seen and we've heard and people we know that it's working for, and keep on encouraging ourselves that it does work, and that even if you have, you know, a bad day where someone's saying, like today, just today, how about this? I got a text message from someone today, I quit. I called customer service and I canceled my order. And I'm thinking, great, like this is the day I'm speaking about this. So it happens to all of us, okay, where people decide they don't want to continue. And that's discouraging. And this person was only on the products for a month. So again, encourage your customer to give it the full 60 days if they can. They'll get a 60-day money back guarantee. They can send back the packages empty. There's really no loss to them, okay? And but some people just will choose not to, and that's what we need to help them understand, is that our products work from the inside out. So like a mechanic working on a car, they're not going to see the results right away. They work from the inside out, and that takes time. And so again, that can be discouraging, and it takes longer for some people than for other people. There are people that see results in the first week and they, you know, shout it from the mountaintops. And then there are people who after the 60 days still don't see any weight loss results. And that's discouraging for them. And that's totally normal. Okay. I want you guys to hear that from me. That is normal because everyone's body is different. And again, it's our jobs as ambassadors to manage people's expectations and to help encourage them and to help them expect that everyone's body is different, and that if they'll just give it time, and that if they will continue to tweak, you know, the products they're on and the dosages, and try to help work with you to figure out what exactly could be going on in this body that we can't see through. If you can help them manage their expectations and to continue on with the hope that it's going to work, it usually does. It usually does. And a lot of times it's those non-scale victories that keep people going. Let them know that you really want to see them stick with it. Encourage them. And remember the great feedback that you get, that we get from other people. That's why these meetings are good. And, you know, we need to constantly encourage each other. Now, here's something that I want to end with, and this is really interesting. Some people are resistant to change, according to Melissa Eichenhurst, okay? She says that oftentimes they will sabotage their own efforts by not taking the products consistently and not following the guidelines that we put forth for them. And I've seen this happen, where people that I just know would benefit from this product and they order it, and then I see them a few days later and they make some excuse about how they just can't seem to remember to take it. And then I say, okay, we'll just do this, you know, put it right by this kitchen put the pills by your nightstand, and I'll give them all these instructions. And then next time I see them, oh yeah, I just don't like the taste. So there are people that will sabotage their own efforts because they're not willing to change. And that's hard for us, because we want everyone to see it and to get it and to go after it like we have. But that's not going to happen. But for those that are willing to make the journey with us, they need constant encouragement. They need constant support, constant guidance, constant direction and feedback. I saw a posting on Instagram that it was an arrow that it says, "We think success goes like this." And the arrow was pointing straight up. And it said, "Really, success goes like this." And it was a squiggly line and then up, okay? And I thought that is so true, because nobody ever just goes straight up, ever. So it's always a okay, this turned out good, and oops, you know, 2 bad days, and then another 1 good day, and then another 3 bad days, and it's just a squiggly line to success, okay? I'm going to tell you my story. I'm going to be completely transparent with you guys right now, okay? I started Plexus a year ago, and I lost 10 to 15 pounds. I went from a size large to a size medium. I don't own a scale, so I don't even know how many pounds exactly it was. That's why I say it's between 10 and 15. In the past 6 months, I've moved, and so I started eating out a lot. I've had surgery with a recovery time. I've stopped working a pretty physical job, and guess what? I went back up to a size large again. Why? Do you know why? Because, okay, so I was consistent with my Plexus. I didn't skip a day, even while I was gaining weight. But I was careless about my eating. And my sedentary lifestyle didn't help. So leaving that job that was super active, walking up and down stairs, buildings and stuff, that was helping me, I guess. And I didn't realize till after I left the job at 7 years there and started gaining weight, that was important, that exercise was important, okay? I also let my water intake slip. So what happens when you let your water intake slip is your cravings for sugar become more intense again. And that's what happened to me. But my non-scale victories kept me going. My Plexus still gave me my energy. It kept me regular in the bathroom, which I needed. The pain in my muscles and my joints diminished, and I slept better. And so regardless of what the weight was, I kept going. I didn't stop my journey. So I just want to end by telling you this. Plexus is not a diet. It's a tool to help you get healthier. And I feel so much healthier than I did a year ago. Now, the weight has fluctuated, and the weight fluctuates because people don't use the tool properly. But and what I mean by properly is they don't give proper attention and care to what they're eating, how often they're moving, not being so sedentary, that kind of thing. And sometimes those things are in people's control, and sometimes they're not. Like when I had surgery and I was, at home in bed for 3 weeks, that was out of my control. And so, just remember that when you're working with people, and you can help to set their expectations so that they're real and they're attainable, right? Like if someone just had knee surgery and they're going to be recovering, well, don't promise them that they're going to be able to lose 50 pounds this year. We don't know that. We don't know if people are going to lose weight. It really is a very individual thing. And so that's why I shared my story about my own weight journey with you guys. And lifestyle, whether it's circumstantial or accidental, plays a big role in weight management. And so Plexus is not a diet. It is a healthier lifestyle. And again, I feel the healthiest that I've ever felt, ever. I'm so thankful for my Plexus energy and the pain being gone and, sleeping better. Those things are priceless to me. And would I like to be a little thinner? Yes. And I feel excited that I have something that I could work on, because really when I've been increasing my water intake, and the cravings do go down when you drink more water. Okay. And so it works. I'm here to tell you it works, and you are your biggest customer. So make sure you're using it on yourself. And to the reverse of that, if you have someone that's trying to gain weight with Plexus, I actually just signed up a lady a couple of days ago who wants to gain weight. Then what you're going to advise them to do is to eat more calories and to consciously add more food to their day. The Plexus will give them the opportunity to make healthier choices, so it won't be all carbs and sweets and stuff. They'll be able to have, salads and fruit and good things. So that's how you troubleshoot weight loss. And I'm hoping that helped you guys. And thank you for joining us tonight on the call. This was another good one. All right, you guys, I'll see you next week.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.